Hi everyone. I see many of you like my videos but haven't subscribed yet. Subscribing is free. It doesn't cost anything. If you enjoy my content and want to support me, just click the subscribe button. It means a lot to me and helps me make more videos for you. Thanks so much, and let's begin our story. I hate my father. My name is Daniel. I'm 19 years old, and for a long time I told myself I hate my father. Why? Let me tell you everything. My dad was always so strict. He never smiled much. He didn't say I love you. He didn't come to my football games. He never hugged me. Every time I asked to go out with friends, he said no. When I asked him for a new phone, he said use the old one. When I got good grades, he didn't say, well done. He just looked and said, that's expected. I used to think, why is my dad like this? Why doesn't he act like other dads? Why doesn't he care? And so I started saying to myself, I hate him. I thought he didn't love me. One day, I was shouting at my mom after a fight with him. I hate him. I can't wait to move out. He ruins everything. My mom looked at me and said something I will never forget. She said, Daniel, do you know what your father does every morning? I said, yeah, he drinks coffee and goes to work. She said, no, he wakes up at 5 a.m. every day. He works 2 jobs. He never takes a day off. You have food, clothes, and school because of him. I stood silent. She continued, he didn't go to your games because he was working. He didn't buy a new phone because he was saving for your college. He didn't say, I love you, because he didn't grow up hearing those words himself. But he shows love in his way. I didn't know what to say. My heart started to hurt. That night, I stayed up thinking. The next morning, I woke up early. I saw him in the kitchen. He was tired, drinking tea in silence. I looked at him. He looked at me and said, you're up early. I said, yeah, I wanted to say thank you for everything. He didn't speak at first. Then he said, you're welcome. No hug, no big words, but that moment changed everything. In the next weeks, I started watching him more closely. He came home late and tired, but he always brought home groceries. He checked the bills. He made sure the lights worked, the car was fine, the doors were locked. He didn't say, I love you, but he showed it every day. I started helping more at home. I made tea for him once. He looked surprised. What's this? I said, just tea for you. He smiled. For the first time in years, he smiled. A small smile, but it was real. Slowly I understood I didn't hate my father. I hated that I didn't understand him. I hated the silence. I hated the distance. But not him. He loved me in the only way he knew. Now, when I look back, I feel sorry for saying I hate him. But I also understand that emotions are real. I was angry because I wanted his love in words, but he gave it through actions. If you ever feel hate towards someone close, stop and ask, do I really hate them, or do I just not understand them? Sometimes love doesn't come in hugs and kisses. It comes in work, in sacrifice, in quiet care. So, if you feel like Daniel, take a moment, talk, ask, watch, listen. You might find a heart full of love hidden in silence. And when you see it, you will realize maybe you were never unloved. Maybe you were just not looking in the right way. A few months later, something special happened. I got accepted into college, a good one, in another city. I was excited but also scared. The night before I left, I was packing my bags. My dad came into my room. He looked around and said, "All set." I nodded, "Yeah, leaving early tomorrow." There was a long pause. He said, "You're going to do great." I looked at him. That was big for him. I smiled and said, "Thanks, Dad." He nodded, then handed me an envelope. "Open it later." When I got on the train, I opened it. Inside was some money and a note. It said, "Daniel, I may not say it often, but I am proud of you. I believe in you. I will always be here." Signed, Dad. I cried quietly on that train with people around me, not because I was sad, but because I finally understood. Now, years later, I call my dad often. We talk more. He still doesn't say much, but I hear his love in every word. He says things like, "Did you eat? Drive safe. Do you have enough money?" Simple words, but full of meaning. Sometimes love is not loud. Sometimes it doesn't shout. It whispers, but it's still love. If you're someone who thinks, "I hate my father," ask yourself, do you really? Or do you just want to be understood? Try to talk, try to see, try to forgive. Love doesn't always look like we expect, but it's there if we open our eyes. This story is for anyone who feels hurt, anyone who feels alone, anyone who thinks love has to look a certain way. Look again. Sometimes the people who love you the most just don't know how to show it, but they try in their way, and that is beautiful.